Bitcoin heads toward best week since October as crypto collapse stabilizes. Is the crypto market stabilizing? Is the global financial system stabilizing? Are we in the midst of a relief rally or a fake out? Hello, I'm Crypto Casey and welcome to another episode of Crypto This Week. Every Sunday, we explore the latest global news stories affecting the crypto markets, as well as the ever-changing macroeconomic environment of the world at large. Be sure to check out our sponsors, Afani, NordVPN, and iTrust Capital. Protect your cell phone from SIM swapping attacks using Afani's secure mobile services. Protect your data, privacy, and crypto investments by using virtual private network services with NordVPN. And protect your future by opening up a tax-free crypto individual retirement account with iTrust Capital. Check them all out using the links in the description area below. Awesome, let's hit Crypto This Week. Leverage and interconnectedness are blowing up crypto and DeFi. That's what's different this time. Stuff blows up because of leverage and cascades through the crypto space because everything's interconnected. Yes, and we've been covering the cascading collapses over the past month. Let's quickly run through the latest news of the aftermath. Crypto exchange Blockchain.com faces $270 million hit on loans to Three Arrows Capital. Blockchain.com remains liquid, solvent, and our customers will not be impacted, wrote CEO Peter Smith in a letter to shareholders. Tether says it liquidated a Bitcoin loan made to crypto lender Celsius. The stablecoin issuer says the loan was over-collateralized and was liquidated in a way that minimized impact on the market. Alright, so a few admissions of exposure to prior dominoes that have fallen. However, assurances are being made that everything is under control. Hopefully, all parties involved are being truthful and damage control was conducted and successful. Even so, we are still seeing shockwaves from the chain of collapses affecting other companies. Another crypto lender, Vald, pauses withdrawals as market crash takes its toll. Vald is the latest victim of the cryptocurrency price plunge this year that has exposed flaws in a number of digital coin projects and business models. And there are liquid, solvent companies still circling like vultures to acquire illiquid, insolvent competitors. Crypto lender Nexo offers to buy embattled rival Vald as market consolidates. Nice. Another common event that happens when times are tough in crypto is Bitcoin miners having to sell off Bitcoin in order to pay for the costs of mining. This phenomenon is called miner capitulation. And this week, Core Scientific sold $160 million worth of Bitcoin holdings in June. Miner capitulation is upon us. Earlier this week, United States crypto mining operation Core Scientific revealed that it was forced to sell more than 7,000 Bitcoin in June to pay for ongoing business expenses. The digital gold was offloaded at an average price of $23,000, some 67% lower than Bitcoin's all-time high from last November. The good news is, miner selling is often seen as a reliable indicator of the bottom. But fewer investors are prepared to call the bottom as the Federal Reserve plots more aggressive interest rate hikes this year. And as far as news goes, this is the question on everyone's mind. Have we experienced the bottom, or is the worst yet to come? A somewhat unique event is about to unfold as a resolution from one of crypto's oldest and most notorious collapses is around the corner. Mt. Gox creditors inch closer to repayment as Bitcoin dump looms. Japanese trustee of Mt. Gox held close to 142,000 Bitcoin. Creditors of the defunct cryptocurrency exchange Mt. Gox are closer to getting repaid, according to a July 6th letter by the business's Japanese bankruptcy trustee. Some Mt. Gox creditors will get Bitcoin, some will sell them, said Aaron Brown, a crypto investor who writes for Bloomberg Opinion. It won't be a significant fraction of total Bitcoin trading volume, but it might push prices down. The decline might spook some other people and we might see a further drop. So just for reference, in light of other platforms heading into bankruptcy, Mt. Gox, once the world's largest Bitcoin exchange, suspended all trading and went offline back in February 2014. And it has taken over 8 years to get to this point. Ouch. Luckily, if another crypto contagion risk starts sinking, despite all the bailouts they've made over the past month, crypto exchange FTX still has a few billion to support industry, Bankman-Fried says. And also this week, Bankman-Fried was in another headline story. Crash potential. Crypto billionaire issues stark warning as the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum rebound. Now, as many Bitcoin and Ethereum investors reaffirm their commitment, crypto billionaire Sam Bankman-Fried has warned a substantial fraction of cryptocurrencies are empty products with real crash potential. When you have something that's basically an empty product, which is true of some places in assets in crypto, that is something that certainly has real crash potential, Bankman-Fried, the chief executive of Bitcoin and crypto exchange, FTX, told CNN. And if you've been tuning into the channel, we've been exploring why over 98% of the 20,000 cryptocurrencies and tokens on the market, although maybe the project or idea sounds great, there really is no need for all of them to have a corresponding crypto or token just for the sake of having one. This is why even if we've seen Bitcoin and Ethereum's lows, it doesn't mean that the other 98% of the crypto market haven't hit their bottom. Look, most of these cryptos are going to zero. And if you haven't yet, watch the video I posted yesterday and check out this video where we discuss how we can determine which cryptos will more likely survive in the long term by clicking on the link above. So for the cryptos that will survive, have we reached the bottom? Well, Bankman-Fried, a third time in the news this week, says, I don't see any particular reasons that we couldn't be at the bottom. And I'm not trying to say that we definitely are at the bottom, but I think the unwinding that had to happen has happened. It's been an extremely messy last month, obviously. The CEO, who Forbes ranks number 2 on its list of wealthy crypto personalities, attributes the latest market wipeout to the Federal Reserve not only raising interest rates, but not setting them higher than most investors expected. It was sort of triggered by the Fed, initially by the expectation that rates were going to finally really start rising, and then rising more than people thought. Cool. Speaking of the Fed, crypto community eyeing 3 macro events to tip crypto scales in July. 1. July 13th, inflation marker CPI. 2. July 26th through the 27th, Fed interest rate hike. And 3. What we've been discussing over the past several weeks together, July 28th. Are we in a recession? On July 28th, the U.S. Bureau of Economic Analysis, BEA, will release an advanced estimate of the United States GDP for the second quarter of 2022. So a few things we need to keep in mind as far as short-term crypto pricing. If the CPI report, the interest rate hike, and GDP turn out bad, we're going down. If any one of those turn out good, maybe we experience a pump. If all 3 of these things turn out good, maybe we experience a pump and/or rally. Either way, as we've been discussing, the Democrats want the market doing well up and until midterm elections in November. Do they have the power to do that? I don't know. We will be coming into the winter months, and will COVID rear its head again? What will the status of the war be? Will we still have supply chain issues? How will the holidays turn out this year from a consumer behavior standpoint? And how much resources will businesses allocate to holiday preparations? We've got some people thinking the worst of the crypto dominoes is behind us, but crypto is still at the mercy of the macroeconomic environment at large, which has a lot of uncertainties. And a lot of people think this recession may be the beginning of a greater depression. At the end of the day, Bitcoin leaving exchanges hits an all-time high. June was the largest outflow month for Bitcoin leaving exchanges, bringing the remaining balance across exchanges to about 2.4 million Bitcoin. It will be interesting to see if the trend of decreasing exchange balances accelerates given the vast amount of counterparty risk that the crypto industry was exposed to over recent months. Yes, so if you're investing in crypto for the long term, make sure you invest time in learning about cold storage hardware wallets and invest in getting your very own cold storage hardware wallets, so you can transfer your investments off of exchanges to store securely offline. You can scroll down to the description area below to access the correct and official sites of my recommended hardware wallets. BC Vault is my personal favorite. Other cost-effective options are the Ledger devices, so scroll down to check them out. Sweet. Let's wrap things up with a flurry of bullish news stories, starting with people from the traditional business world making moves. 3 execs leave JP Morgan this week to join crypto firms. The latest exits are former managing director Eric Ragg and digital innovation lead Pooja Samuel. It's been something of a banner week for people departing mega bank JP Morgan to join the cryptocurrency industry, with 3 executives taking the plunge, despite a looming crypto winter. Nice. And from the social media world, former head of TikTok gaming leaves Web2 to build core Web3 protocol. Jason Fung said he hopes to solve interoperability problems with metaverse development through his new company, MetaZero. Fung said that MetaZero aims to encourage others in the Web2 space to begin making moves into Web3 and join the effort to build the metaverse while solving real-world problems. Speaking of real-world problems, some traditional banking issues have been mounting. Check out these tweets from Goldbug and outspoken Bitcoin hater Peter Schiff. Puerto Rico put my bank into receivership due to insolvency. The bank has no debt, no loans, and enough cash to fully cover all deposits. A qualified buyer is offering me $17.5 million for the bank, plus plus $7 million in new capital. Who pays $24.5 million for an insolvent bank? The IRS and J5 targeted my bank due to my outspoken criticism of excess government taxation and regulation. Their illegal efforts to punish free speech, deprive me of my property without due process, and needlessly putting thousands of customers at risk actually justifies my criticism. Yikes. And this week, finally some long overdue capitulation. Crypto hater Peter Schiff would accept Bitcoin as payment for his troubled bank. Famous cryptocurrency critic Peter Schiff answered in the affirmative when asked if he would sell his troubled Euro-Pacific bank for Bitcoin. Despite his dislike of cryptocurrencies, if such a deal were approved by the regulator, he would agree to it, Schiff said. The Economist argued his position with the fact that it is important for him, first and foremost, to protect the bank's clients. Schiff also agreed with another user that when dealing with cryptocurrencies, one does not have to worry about his bank being shut down, but has to worry about Bitcoin collapsing in market value, the investor sarcastically noted. So the tides are turning. However, I just want to point out the hubris and presumption of his statement on worrying about Bitcoin collapsing in market value. Schiff boasting about traditional finance being the pinnacle of excellence is all based on his experience as an American dealing in US dollars. What's a lot more common around the world is people having to worry about their fiat collapsing in market value. So the snarky comment about having to worry about Bitcoin collapsing if he sold his bank for Bitcoin lacks a lot of thought and consideration. All right, end of rant. Another banking mishap that highlights crypto's pros over the traditional financial system. This week, Canada went fully operational to a complete halt in our banking and cellular services. Half of the population can't pay with debit or have access to their cell phone to make calls or data. This has sparked a bank run. No one can withdraw cash. Rogers, a major telecom service in Canada, went down with no explanation why, and people were unable to make transactions, make cell phone calls, use ATMs, etc. for several hours. Just like the truckers' protests having their finances blocked, Canada gives the world stage another reason to switch to blockchain technology. Nice. Europe is making moves toward blockchain tech to mitigate any risks experiencing what Canada has. There's a new crypto stablecoin on the block, and it's the first to be backed by the euro, called Eurocoin. It's the first to offer consumers round-the-clock ability to conduct transactions through decentralized finance, DeFi apps, and the fledgling Web3 ecosystem in euros. The second most common currency worldwide, with roughly 341 million people using it every day. Cool. And even more moves this week across the pond. EU-regulated firm Banking Circle adopts USDC stablecoin. Banking Circle was launched in 2016 with a mission to help payments businesses reach new global markets, avoiding the burdens of traditional banking. Amazing. And people are still building in this bear market and investing in this bear market to build our new world together. This week, Seattle startup raises $14 million to fuel ambitious plan for a social network built on the blockchain. Metaverse, Web3, cryptocurrency, blockchain, NFTs. Peers got it all. The new Seattle-based startup riding all the latest tech trends recently raised $14 million to pursue an ambitious plan for a blockchain-based social network. Founded about a year ago, Peer provides similar functions as Facebook, where people can interact with user-generated content, but is entirely built on the blockchain. This means its content creators will be able to own and monetize their posts as non-fungible tokens, or NFTs. The company says it is in beta testing and has roughly 20,000 users. Awesome. Well, that was Crypto This Week with me, Crypto Casey. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to like it, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell notification to stay up to date on all of the latest videos. So, do you think most of the crypto carnage has occurred? Or is there more yet to come? What do you think this month has in store when it comes to the CPI and GDP reports? Will we have a confirmed recession on July 28th? Let me know in the comments below. Be safe out there.